good morning, good morning. Happy Friday morning to everyone. Well, I know that I advertised and told everyone that Naghilia and I were going to come together and do a recap on, hey, podcasters, what's going on? Well, something unexpected came up, so we're going to have to schedule that for tomorrow. So, tomorrow, you will have both of us, and we will be on talking about, hey, podcasters. It's an exciting month. We just want to recap, tell you about some other things that are going on. But I thought, well, we already have this time scheduled. So I would just come on and let you know about something that I'm doing in particular. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Margo Levet in collaboration with Naghilia, who is the CEO and the founder, and she's everything there at Womel, which is the corporation that heads up the magazine Wom Lead. We are in collaboration and we are honoring podcasters this entire month of September. But myself, I am a podcaster. I have actually one podcast. Her business, her voice, her conversation is for the boomer woman in particular that's leaving corporate now. She's looking to reinvent herself, become an entrepreneur, an author, a podcaster. And I also do a live stream, Business Card Radio with Marco Levet, because I understand that once you build that business, you write that book, it sure would be nice to have a dedicated platform where you can come and shamelessly plug what you're all about. So I built that, and it's brand new. Really, it's 2 months old, brand new, but I'm loving every minute of it. So that's what I do along with teaching podcasting. I was 61 years old when I really settled down and decided I am not going to do podcasting as a hobby any longer. I am going to commit, dedicate, invest in myself, and become a podcaster. So I went all the way to St. George's County, Prince George's County, and really had a chance to meet a gentleman who was doing exactly what I wanted to do: podcast and have fun with it and make some money doing it. So he vetted me, I vetted him, and the rest is history. We went on to build out her business, her voice, her conversation, and that show's been going on ever since. So, what I want to just tell you today is that the same way that I learned how to podcast as a boomer woman, I'm teaching that same method. That same method that got me over on Verkade Bashani Radio and enabled me to get over 50,000 downloads. That same method I teach people. That same method, which is the reason why I've graduated students already, I teach that. So on Wednesday, September the 15th, 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, that's 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I am going to do a free live workshop. Give me 1 hour. And I want to impart 5 things that you need to think about. 5 things to think about before you buy a mic, before you buy a mixer, before you get that domain name, all of those things that you want to rush and do. You've been kicking the tires on podcasting for so long, and now you say, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, but you don't have a plan. And there are a few mind things that you really need to think about, because podcasting is it's a work. There's some work involved in there, and there is some investment involved if you are going to do it correctly. If you are going to have that investment come back to you the way you expect it to, there's some things that you need to think about. So give me an hour on September the 15th, 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I will give you what I've learned about podcasting. I've been doing this thing since 2017. Can you believe it? 2017 is when Brother Bedford and I launched Her Business, Her Voice, Her Conversation. And that has given me the guts, the chutzpah to go ahead and build up podcastacademyonline.com. There are never, ever any stupid questions. And I'm so thrilled that we have graduates. And these are boomer women who were afraid to go live, really a kind of a coy about their own voice. And you know how sometimes you're ready to go. I'm ready to go. Oh, I'm ready for this interview. I'm doing this. And you're doing it until you see that mic and you are on the other side of that mic, I have seen grown men freeze up behind a mic. I laugh about it now. My own nephew, I saw him, he just ready to roll, ready to roll. And it's something about getting behind a mic, and it's just like, oh my God, what am I doing? What did I sign up for? So we're going to talk about the five things that I know that you need to have on your mind before you decide who's going to teach you podcasting, before you decide upon a course, before you buy a microphone. And everybody wants to get into this thing and asks about monetization. So we'll go over some monetization, and I promise you an hour. And if the questions go over an hour, I will ask your permission to stay on and answer all of them. It's your time. It's your time to know what I know about podcasting. I study this stuff. I love it. I absolutely love it. That's why when Womel came to me and suggested that we honor podcasters for a whole month, I was on board. It's there's something about podcasting, and when you yoke it to your business, because people say, well, Margo, how do you make money doing a podcast? I yoked the podcast with podcastacademyonline.com. You anchor it to something that you already have going on, something that people know you for. There are people that sell paparazzi jewelry. They are known for that. Do you know that there's a place where you don't have to use that business name, but you can, the information that you have gleaned from being an ambassador, that information that you have gleaned from being a part of that industry, there are things that you know about jewelry and gems and what looks good around certain necklines and age and what's popular and fashion. You know those things, and you can go ahead and do a webinar, do a podcast, 5-minute podcast every week, once a month, every 2 weeks, and you can impart that information. And at the end, you can run people over to where you're selling your product. That's how people are doing it all day long. And they're not getting in trouble with the mother or the father company. So we deep dive into some of that also. Well, I shouldn't say deep dive, but we will touch bases on that, because do you know that in 2020, more people bailed out of corporate and they began their own businesses than ever before? Yeah. And hey, I quit that good corporate job. I quit that good paying job. After 26 years, I quit it. And podcasting doesn't pay you back overnight. Nope, it doesn't. But I tell you one thing, this is a good time to get into it. This is an excellent time to learn, to build your foundation, so that if you decide to go with a network, you're going to be fine. If you decide to stay solo, you're going to be fine. Whatever you want to do with that podcast, it's like building your business. Build it out with a plan and make sure that you can stick to that plan. That's how this thing works. So on the 15th, and it's down there on the lower third, Wednesday, September 15th, I'll be over on Zoom. We're going to do it over on Zoom. And a small group of us are going to get together, and I'm going to tell you about the 5 things I know you need to think about before you buy a microphone, before you decide upon that, taking that 1 hour course or that weekend course on podcasting. Let's talk about that, all right? And then I'm open to answer all of your questions concerning podcasting. Tomorrow, Naghilia and I will be here. I'll set up a live stream that will advertise what time we're going to come together. But I just really wanted to let you know that save the date, September 15th. Okay, save the date, and I will have the Eventbrite. Come through Eventbrite, because it will be your portal to getting into the Zoom where we're going to meet. Make it easy for everybody. That's going to be in the post that I'm posting, on top of all of this. So also, on one final note, Business Card Radio with Margo Levette. October, November, December, we are creating a boutique and for all shoppers. Now, men and women, if you have a product, you have a book, I want you to go to margolevette.com, MargoLovett.com. Let me see whether or not I can get a banner up for that. I want you to go over there and look for bccardradio.com and fill that out. Let's get together, and I want to be able to I want to be able to bring you onto the show so that you can sell books, so that you can advertise and talk about your book, okay? And come on and talk about your product. I don't care what it is. I want you to be able to come on. Let's build our own holiday boutique, a place where people can come. You can send your folks over to where we're going to house these episodes, and when people gather over there, then they'll have a better understanding about who's shopping, who's doing what. Okay? So let's do this. I can't build it without you. I have one book, I have two podcasts. That's it for me. That's three and one school. I have four products. I can't build this boutique out without you. And it's not about me. It's all about you all coming on and sharing what you wrote. Let me write this banner and let me get this up. It's all about you. Can I add this website? Okay, here's the website. Go over there. It's all about going to BC Radio with Margo Levette, or BC Radio, whatever. It's over there. And I want you to fill out the form, because let's talk. Let's come up with how I can best represent you, help you represent yourself as we build out this holiday boutique. Do you know that people are already thinking about Christmas gifts? Why can't they be talking about your book? Why can't they get your product as by way of a gift certificate for someone? I mean, those days of giving out the socks, the ties, honey, they went out with the temptation walk. We need to give people gifts that are going to help them improve themselves, going to help them step up their game. That's the kind of gift that we need to give: a book, a product, a course, a service. Give them folks something that's going to help them rebrand themselves, reinvent themselves to show up better, stronger, because times have changed. As we all know, times have changed dramatically. So let's build out our own boutique. I already have some people that have approached me about this. We are going to do it. So go to margolevette.com, BC Radio. Go fill out the form. Let's have a conversation. I say let's have a conversation because, we have to have some order about this, and everybody's product is not going to be applicable. But male, female, old, young, and there is no ageism. I'm looking for authors and entrepreneurs that want to step up, and they want their own infomercial. They don't want to share advertising space with anybody else. They want their own infomercial. They want their own time to come on and talk about their product, their book, their service. So there you have it. And that's all that I have for everybody today. All right. Wednesday, the September the 15th, I'm doing this free webinar on podcasters. The 5 things that podcasters, if you're thinking about it, you need to know about before you decide to buy that mic or invest in a course. Okay, let's just chop it up. We'll talk about monetization. I'll answer any other questions that you have. And go over to margolevette.com, BC Radio. If you are an entrepreneur or you're an author, you know someone who is, go on over there, sign up. Let's get ready to launch for the holiday boutique. October is not too early. Okay, let's do that. That's it for me today. That's all that I have. And I'll see you tomorrow where I'll be back with Naghilia, if everything holds tight as planned. You know how plans go. But that's it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.